Hey guys, welcome to a very wet FSD video. Today is a day when you want to cuddle up in bed and read a book, or maybe have samosa and chai, but definitely not go outside and drive. Now this video is actually a mixed bag. There are some things that works fine, whereas there are certain things that really can do better. I'm driving on hardware 4 and this is 11.4.7.2. As you can see that I'm driving with FSD on at this point, and clearly the windshield wipers aren't kicking in. Now when you're on FSD, Tesla forces you to have your windshield wipers on auto. So clearly at this point it should be cleaning the windshield, and it's not. So this is one of the problems that many have indicated. It's a case of constipated wipers, and now the laxatives kick in. Now this is something that they can definitely improve, because automatic windshield wipers have been there for a long time, and it's just that Tesla seems to be using vision to detect the rain rather than have a sensor. Now it's trying to get onto the highway, and as you can clearly see that it's forgotten that it's still on the ramp. It should merge, and it clearly doesn't. It tries to take the exit back up again, and I have to pull it off. So this is the first fail in this drive. I put it back on FSD again, and at this point it's going to go without much of a problem. It changes lane, the wipers are working fine, and in general it's just doing what it's supposed to do. Now it's trying to move over to the right because we're going to take an exit, but look at that silver white car that's coming down. It gets so close before it lets this guy merge in. Why? You could have given a little bit more space there. This was one of those heart attack moments where it's pretty stressful. Now we're getting onto Route 2 here. This is a pretty clean indicator. Get onto the exit and then get on with the speed, catch up with the speed and merge in. So that this whole maneuver is pretty standard, and it does a reasonably good job in a bad weather. So this works out fine. Now here you'll see that I'll be again cranking up the speed just to keep up with traffic. But all in all, in bad weather, it's pretty much driving the way it should. Again, I'm speeding it up a little bit just to keep up with traffic. And it also changes lanes back onto the rightmost lanes for this car to pass. So that's done just as usual without any problems. So in these situations, the rain doesn't seem to be affecting anything. Wow, lots of people going fast. Now I'm cranking up the speed slowly up until it realizes that it needs to cross over. So it goes to the left lane and starts to go past this car. There is a signal up ahead, so it's kind of slowing down. Now again, here you'll start seeing the wipers beginning to give problems again. You'll see that there's a warning sign on the screen right now that says FSD has degraded. But also, at this point, the wipers should be kicking in, and it just doesn't. Now, this is a kind of a pretty dangerous situation. I mean, I want to see what's going on outside. So I'm hitting the manual swipe mode in the wiper on the left-hand stalk at this point to make it work. Now, a bit further down, it's again working fine with signals and cars around you. It's slowing down properly. So all that is fine, and it's doing pretty much as usual where it seems that the rain is not bothering the performance. Now here we're getting back into a rotary, and it's got a reasonable amount of traffic here, so let's see how it does. Overall, this part here, everything is marked well. There's a car in front that's guiding it to some extent, so it works fine. But once our turn comes, the car seems to be really hesitant. It's really timid, to the point where the guy behind me actually just about now honks. And I don't think it obviously hears the honk, but it starts to move at this point. And it's doing a reasonable job going around the curve. I think it does better with sunny days, but right about here I jerk it off FSD because I could feel that the car wanted to go for another round. Now here I basically take over for a little bit and drive through some of these spots. Again, the wiper has stopped working because I'm driving manually at this point. So at this point I've had enough, so I fire up the wiper and I just go and push number 3 so that it constantly will wipe at speed number 3. I put it back on FSD and let it drive. Now here it constantly keeps saying that the FSD has degraded, and one of the things I kind of observe is when that warning is up, FSD will not do certain things. Like, for example, if it wants to change over back to the right lane, if there's a car coming behind us, or other maneuvers that is typically done by FSD pretty well, it just stops doing. So that's an interesting thing that I've found. Again, here it takes the right path and it does a reasonably good job. Now, in a way, I'm trying to keep FSD on the left-hand lane because there is just too many merge traffic coming. So it's a good idea to just stay on this lane. Now at this point it's really gusty and horrible outside, and I'm kind of in two minds now whether I take over from the car or just let it go. But it seems to be doing reasonably well. I just fast forward probably about 45 minutes there where there was nothing much to show. Now as you can see here, it says that FSD has degraded, and the cars that are passing me on the right hand side, they're actually coming from behind, thinking that I'm driving really slowly and then just going past me. Now typically in a good day, FSD would have changed lanes by now. Wow, that guy was really in a hurry. You'll see there are several cars that will go past me. And FSD is at this point just saying, hey, you know what, I'm just going to sit tight on this lane. And of course outside is really nasty. It's not just the rain, but it's also the spray that's coming from all the wheels. So I take over from FSD at this point and decide to kind of go past this truck and a few other vehicles so that we're kind of clear of traffic on the right hand lane, so that I can move on to the right hand lane and just stay in peace. So now I get back on the right hand lane and put FSD back on again. And I just pretty much stick to this lane pretty much till I reach my destination. In weathers like this, honestly, we should just drive ourselves. There are too many of these, uncertainties where some things work, some things don't, and you don't want to be fiddling with knobs and buttons and touching the screen all over. So weather like this, just drive your own car. Don't go with FSD here. So here I finally reached my destination, and I hope you enjoyed this really horrible wet drive. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. Thank you.